Hello everyone, this is Jackie over at Rendall Certified Cleaning Services here with your audio e-newsletter. This is the week of March 20th, 2016. I know it's been a couple weeks in between our last audio e-newsletter, but this one is a phenomenal one about cleaning tile and grout. Enjoy! Can grout really be easy to clean? I love my tile, but I hate my grout. What can you do to fix it? To make it easier to clean is a common call we receive. In this article, I will cover what is grout, why it gets a bad rap, some conditions that can occur with grout, and how to make it so that it's easy to keep clean. So first, what is grout? Well, grout is a material used to fill voids between tile. It can be made of cementitious material, which include sand, Portland, cement, and fillers. Or it can also be made of epoxy. Contrary to popular belief, grout is not primarily a structural material. In other words, grout does not hold tiles in place. Tiles are affixed to a subfloor with a product called mastic. Another term for this tile glue is thinset. Although these terms are interchangeable, I usually call it thinset because that's the term tile installers mostly use. After the tile is laid in a bed of thinset and cured, anywhere from 24 hours to 72 hours, depending on the type of thinset used, grout is mixed and installed in the voids between tiles. So what does grout do? Grout isn't really a structural material, so what is it then? Grout is used to prevent soil and dirt from building up between the tile voids, to prevent tripping hazards like catching a toe or claw between the voids is no fun, to protect the edges of the tile from chipping and wear, and for aesthetic purposes. Two main types of grout. There are two types of grout. One is cementitious. This is the most popular grout type. It is made of sand, Portland cement, and fillers. There are both sanded and non-sanded cementitious grouts. Sanded grout is stronger than non-sanded. And number two is epoxy, grout made of strengthened plasticized glues. What is grout haze? Grout haze is nothing more than leftover grout on the face of the tile. When cementitious grout is installed between tiles, the installer is supposed to thoroughly and often wipe the surface of the tiles with a clean, wet sponge. If the tile looks dull after installation, the installer is supposed to use a tile-safe acid to etch the haze from the tile. Epoxy grout installation is similar, but instead of using a wet sponge, the installer is supposed to use a grout haze remover designed for epoxy grout. Similarly, if the tile has a haze caused from epoxy grout after it's cured, the fix is to use an epoxy grout haze remover. Care must be taken with both of these grout haze removers, cementitious and epoxy, to ensure the grout that is supposed to be there does not become compromised. Why does my grout get loose and eventually fall out? Properly installed, sealed, and maintained grout should last for the lifetime of the tile floor or wall it's installed on. However, we see lots of improper installs where the grout looks great for a few months and then cracks start to form, and then it crumbles and falls out. This type of grout failure is often caused by flexing of the subfloor. The installer should install tile directly on concrete, use cement backer board, or some other subsurface under the tile to prevent flexing. If you have grout that crumbles and falls out often, check with the installer if possible and inquire what kind of underlayment they used. Chances are they used USB, plywood, or some other flexible material that isn't designed for tile installation, or there is a foundation issue. Unfortunately, the only fix for this is to tear up the tile floor or wall and use the proper underlayment. Another reason grout fails is due to erosion from water like in a shower or tub, or from long-term wear on unsealed grout. Yet another reason grout gets compromised is due to improper mixing of the grout during installation. Using too much water in a cementitious grout mix causes the cement in the grout to become brittle when it dries. Why is it often hard to clean grout? Grout is porous, and over time it will absorb soil. Also, because grout is porous, it readily accepts stains like spilled coffee, tea, mustard, ketchup, tomato sauce, wine, and many other water and oil-based spills. How can I safely and effectively clean grout? Grout should be cleaned often with a neutral cleaning agent that is made for tile and grout, applied and wiped up with a flat mop, like a Swiffer or a sponge. Using a string mop merely swirls the soil around and causes what we call a squeegee effect, where the edge of the tiles act as a squeegee as the mop is drawn across the tile. Since mop water is generally not clean once the mop is wrung out, soil is deposited into the grout lines, causing buildup. The squeegeed mop water fills up on top of the grout and dries, leaving soil from the mop water behind. If you use an alkaline cleaning product, be sure to use a neutral cleaning product so that the alkaline cleaning agent doesn't leave a film behind, causing the tile and grout to re-soil. There are also acid grout cleaners on the market that should only be used by professionals, since using acid on grout causes the grout to etch. This etching removes a fine layer of grout. If done too often or improperly neutralized, etching will cause the grout to become brittle and fail. Why does my grout look splotchy? There are a few reasons, from built-up soil to improper grout mix, to using the wrong type of grout cleaners and sealers. Even after using a toothbrush or heavily agitating your grout, it may still look splotchy. Remember, grout is porous and readily accepts spills in other soils. Moreover, grout is somewhat translucent and soil often hides out under the fine sand contained in grout. When this happens, the only fix is to replace the grout or use a hardened topical sealer, which I'll cover next. Should I seal my grout? Yes, but you knew there was going to be a but, didn't you? Sealing should only be done after thoroughly cleaning the grout, otherwise you will lock in soil under the sealer. While we're on the subject of sealers, I'll cover the two most popular types. Number 1, penetrating. This type of sealer soaks into the grout and can either be water-based or oil-based. The way penetrating sealer works is by filling the voids between the grout pores with a clear polymer. A polymer is a plastic-like substance that is applied in liquid form. When it dries, the polymer chains chemically grab onto one another, helping to keep spills and soil from soaking into the grout. Using a penetrating sealer will not cause splotchiness to go away. In fact, sometimes it can look worse. And number 2, topical. This type of sealer covers the surface of the grout completely, preventing water and oily soil and spills from penetrating the grout. Advanced topical sealers not only change the grout surface from porous to non-porous, but these sealers can also change the grout color so that all of the grout lines look even. Best of all, a proper grout color sealer makes the grout easy to maintain. You will not have to ever scrub your grout again after a proper grout color restoration. A properly installed topical grout color sealer is considered permanent and will also make your grout look great for many years. I want my grout to look great and easy to clean. What should I do? This is where my company comes into the equation. We clean, repair, and color seal tens of thousands of square feet of tile and grout each year. We are equipped and have the expertise to repair loose tiles. We even have a system to repair loose tiles without removing them. Replace broken or chipped tiles. Patch, replace missing and loose grout. Replace cracked, moldy, and missing caulk with silicone and or siliconized caulk. Safely clean, etch, neutralize tile and grout with our self-contained high heat and water pressure tile and grout cleaning system. Color seal grout lines for years of easy cleanup. And clean, hone, polish, and seal marble, travertine, limestone, slate, and other types of stone. First, just give us a call at 810-225-2184 and let's discuss what you can do yourself and what we can do to restore your tile and grout to make it beautiful again. Next, we'll set up an inspection and quotation, totally free of charge, to let you know exactly what we need to do to bring your tile and grout back to like new, or even better than new, condition. After we're done with the repairs, cleaning, and color seal, we'll show you how to easily keep your tile and grout looking great with a simple mix of an inexpensive household products and a Swiffer. No more scrubbing. For more on our tile and grout restoration services, please visit our tile and grout page. Sincerely, Scott Rendall, President and wearer of many hats. And that's it for this edition of the Rendall's Cleaning World Class e-newsletter. Thank you so much for subscribing. You can view previous editions by clicking in the link below and then clicking the past issues button on the top of the page. Also check out our website at www.rendallscleaning.com.